Namaskara. This is yet another video on the Spoken Kannada Toolbox series. Here we are going to learn about the Odu suffix. Okay, this is a very versatile suffix. You will understand how this Odu can be used very easily in Spoken Kannada. Okay, as usual, I'll directly jump to sentences and let you figure out the pattern, how this Odu works. Okay, of course, in the end, I will explain it, or when the sentence pattern changes or the usage changes, I'll explain that also. Okay, Ali hogodu yaru, hogodu. Okay, Ali hogodu yaru. Who is that? Who is that person who is going there? Right? Ali hogodu yaru. So if you notice, this hogo here there is no tense, right? Ali hogodu yaru is like you are speaking in neuter gender. Okay, Ali hogodu yaru. Okay, then Chalanachitra means movie. Okay, Chalanachitra nododu nanna havyasa. Watching movies is my hobby. Havyasa means hobby. Watching nododu. Okay, then Pratidina Nimma Manage Barodu Yaru. Who is it that is coming to your house every day? Again, if you notice, there is no tense here. Nimma Manege Barodu Yaru. Yaru Bartare and all is not there. So this Odu suffix, the advantage, just like that Atte suffix, Odu suffix advantage is if you use it correctly, you don't need any tense at all. Okay, you don't need to use tense. Okay, so here Nimma Manege Barodu Yaru means who is it that is coming? So you are trying to change it, but trying to the corresponding word for coming is Barodu. Okay, watching Nododu. Okay, now this watching is different from he is watching a movie. When you say he is watching a movie, avanu movie nodta iddane. There you're using a tense, right? Here you're trying to say that I like to watch, or I mean, I watching movies is my hobby. So the act of watching is what you're using here as nododu. That is one way of using odu. Okay, that is to talk about the act of doing an action. You will have to use, you can use odu. That's a very straightforward usage. In Kannada, this odu is also used to represent the person who is doing that action. See here, pratidina nimma manege barodu yaru, the one who is coming to your house. You're inquiring about the person who is coming to your house using the action that the person is doing. What action the person is doing? The person is actually coming to your house. So using that action, you're tagging the person with the action, and then you're pointing to the person, and they are saying who is that person. So it's like a pointer. So this barodu is basically, this odu suffix is pointer to the person who is doing that action. Okay, so these are the two different usage. Here it is basically representing the action, right, which is watching, the act of watching. Then you will say nododu. Here in Barodu, what we are doing, you are representing the person. Here you are pointing to the person who is doing that action, which is the action of coming, and you are inquiring about the person, right? And you are identifying the person with the action that the person is doing. I hope these two usages are clear. Okay, then ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೋಸೆ ತಿನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟದೆ. Eating dosa here has become my routine. Abhyasa means routine or habit. Okay, so eating dosa in this particular restaurant, ತಿನ್ನೋದು. Okay, ತಿನ್ನೋದು eating. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯೋದು ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. Drinking water in the morning is good for health. ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. See here the act of drinking. Here the act of eating dosa. Right, similarly act of drinking ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. Then ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಡೋದು ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ. The person singing on the stage is my sister. Right, so vedike means stage. Okay, the stage where you do performance, that stage. Hadu is to sing. Hadodu, the one who is singing. See here again the usage is similar to this barodu. The usage is you are pointing to the person who is doing an action, and then you are saying that person is my sister. Tangi is younger sister, akka is elder sister. So tangi, so you're pointing to the person, or you're identifying the person, you're tagging the person based on the action the person is doing. Then you use this odu for that. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೂ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ. ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಜಾಬ್. ಹಾಕು ಇಸ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್, ಹಾಕೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಬಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಇಳಿಯೋದು ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ. The one who is getting down from the one who is getting down from the bus is my mother. ಇಳಿ is to get down. ಇಳಿಯೋದು. Okay, the one who is getting down. Again, you are pointing to the person who is doing the action. ನಾವೆಲ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. I like writing novels. Again, here it's a act of writing, right? The act of writing novels, you say ಬರೆಯೋದು. ಬರಿ is to write. ನಾವೆಲ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು. Novel, by the way, in Kannada is ಕಾದಂಬರಿ. Okay, so novel ಬರೆಯೋದು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. I like writing novels. So when you say I like in English, the corresponding way to say in Kannada is ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. For example, I like sweets. ಸಿಹಿಗಳು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. Right? I like to watch movies. Movies ನೋಡುವುದು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. So that's how you say I like. Okay. Then ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. Searching in the night is difficult. Again, searching in the night. So how do you explain this searching? Searching is the act of searching. Right? In general, searching for something in the night is difficult if you don't have light. Ratri is night. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕು. ಹುಡುಕು means search. ಹುಡುಕೋದು. Right? Huduko, the act of searching. So you're saying as a general statement, saying searching is difficult, so let's search in the morning. Right? Then, so here there is no tense, if you notice. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. So ನಾಳೆ ಹುಡುಕೋಣ. So if you say like that, you are telling to your friend, okay, you're searching for, say, your ball flew away somewhere in the night, you're searching for the ball. Then you will tell your friend, okay, ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ, ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಹುಡುಕೋಣ. Right? Tomorrow, let us search tomorrow. So there is no tense. You don't need to use tense if you use this odu suffix. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? Who normally cooks in your house? So here also you can use the odu. Who does the cooking? The act of cooking in your house. ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋದು? ಓದು is to study. ಓದೋದು. Right? So in which school is your son studying? So usually with tense, how will you ask? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾನೆ? Because you're talking about the third person, which is the son. So ಓದ್ತಾನೆ you will say. So if you want to avoid all the tenses, you can just say ಓದೋದು. Right? Studying, the act of in which school is your son doing the act of studying is how you're literally asking. But it works, right? ಓದೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಯಾವ means which, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋದು. So when you start using odu in a very what you call in the right place, you can completely avoid tenses. That's the whole idea. Because when you're speaking Kannada, the biggest difficulty that you will face is in two places. One, the tense, because the tense will always be the last word when you speak. You will have difficulty putting the correct tense. Right? Learning Kannada, the learning phase, when you're what you call during the initial stages of learning, this is a block that you will have. Which tense to put, you will not know. Second problem that you will have is the correct vibhakti to use. Now vibhakti, you will get away with it with nouns, because nouns will come in between sentence. So you'll speak in broken manner. Right? So ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, instead of saying ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, you will say ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. You will not put that ge, which is the chaturthi vibhakti. Right? You can get away with it, but you will certainly have a block if you don't know the vibhakti properly. If you want to speak fluently, you need to know vibhakti, you need to know tenses. But there are tricks to what you call bypass tenses by using this odu atte. But tenses are the foundation. You need to learn tenses and vibhakti properly and then use all these tricks and tips, not the other way around. Okay, if you use the tricks and tips first, you will get very confused. You should have a solid grounding on tenses and vibhakti, right? And then use these tricks. Okay, let's continue. So nimma maga finished already. So nanna kaiyalli irodu 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. I am having 1000 rupees only. Kaiyalli irodu means in my hand. Right? The money that is present in my hand is only 1000 rupees. 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. Matra means only. So I'm having 1000 rupees only. See, here you can say irodu. Right? Instead of saying ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ, instead of saying that, you say irodu. ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿರೋದು, what is present in my hand is only 1,000 rupees, like that. ಸಿಂಗಪೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿ ಮಗನ. ಹಿರಿ is elder, Kiri is younger. Kiri. Okay. Kiri is younger. Hiri is elder. So Singapore alli kelsa madodu. The one who is working in Singapore, is it your elder son? Kelsa madodu means working. Okay. Next, 9 p.m. news nododu. Excuse me. 9 p.m. news nododu namma appanige rudi. Rudi means routine. Okay. This da is a Mahaprana. Okay. So you have Alpa Prana and Mahaprana just like Hindi. So you have Rudi. This is Rudi, Mahaprana. So watching 9 p.m. news is my father's routine. 9 p.m. news nododu, act of watching. Okay. So my father is watching news. There you will. So my father is watching news. If you want to say, ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ news ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. It's how you will say in tense. He is watching. Okay. The one who is watching the news is my father. Then you will say, news nododu ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ. The one who is watching the news is my father. There you will use news nododu ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ. Right? So in such sentences, you can use this odu suffix, is what I'm trying to say. So ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಇಲ್ಲ. So doing my work is not that easy. ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಅಲ್ಲ or ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಕಲಿಯೋದು, ಕಲಿ is to learn. Right? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ನನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ. The one who is learning Kannada from you is my younger brother. So this is the second usage. So you're pointing to the person who is doing the action, ಕಲಿಯೋದು. Then ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಸ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು. Before I could go, ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋ ಒಳಗೆ. ಒಳಗೆ means inside. Inside with respect to time. Before I could go, bus went away. Okay. ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋ ಒಳಗೆ. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ means before. Also can be used. ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಸ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು. Before I could go, bus went away. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. What can I do? You are like helpless. Right? There you can use this ಮಾಡೋದು. ಮಾಡೋದು. ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. Like that. So this is your third usage. So this odu is actually very flexible if you know how to use it, right? Then ಬಡವರಿಗೆ ಧನ ಕೊಡೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೆಲಸ. ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಧನ, ಸಾರಿ ನಾಟ್ ಧನ, ದಾನ. ಸೊ ಬಡವರಿಗೆ ದಾನ ಕೊಡೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೆಲಸ. ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದಾನ ಟು ಪುವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಡೀಡ್. ಓಕೆ. ಕೊಡೋದು, ಕೊಡೋದು, ಗಿವಿಂಗ್, ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ಬಿದ್ದವರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ನಗೋದು ತಪ್ಪು. ಲಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾಲನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ಬಿದ್ದವರನ್ನು, ಬಿದ್ದು, ಬೀಳು ಇಸ್ ಟು ಫಾಲ್. ಬಿದ್ದವರು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫಾಲನ್. ಬಿದ್ದವರು. ಬಿದ್ದವರನ್ನ. ಓಕೆ. ಬಿದ್ದವರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ, ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಫಾಲಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್. ನಗೋದು, ಲಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ who is following is wrong, ತಪ್ಪು. Okay. So this is basically the different usages. Okay, we have one more set. ಹಿರರ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಕದಿಯೋದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸ. ಕದಿ is to steal. Stealing others' money is a bad deed. ಕದಿಯೋದು. ಹಿರರು means others. Okay, ಹಿರರ is others. Apostrophe s. Others ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ or ಹಿರರ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಕದಿಯೋದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸ. ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸ is bad deed. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಎರಡೇ ಕೆಲಸ, ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಮಲಗೋದು. ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 2 jobs, ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್. ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಮಲಗೋದು. ದೆನ್ ನಡೆಯೋದು, ಓಡೋದು, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಜಿಮ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ವಾಕಿಂಗ್, ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಯೋಗ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಜಿಮ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ these actions. There you will use this odu, which is a straightforward usage. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ. Is it your son running there? This is your second usage, right? You're pointing to the person who's doing that action. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ. Is it your son running there? Then FM ಮಿರ್ಚಿ ಕೇಳೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ. I like hearing FM ಮಿರ್ಚಿ, the ಮಿರ್ಚಿ channel, FM channel, right? ಕೇಳೋದು, ಕೇಳೋ is hear. Okay. ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಿ ಅವರ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಕೇಳೋದು. This question, who will go and ask him, right? So here again, if you notice, there is no tense. You can use ಓದು here. So ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ is question. ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನ ಯಾರು, who, ಹೋಗಿ will go, ಅವರ to him, ಅವರ ಹತ್ತಿರ, okay, to him, ಅವರ ಹತ್ತಿರ, ಕೇಳೋದು ask. Ask is also ಕೇಳು, here is also ಕೇಳು in Kannada, okay. So ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳೋದು, who is going to go and ask. So here ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, right? So we don't have to say ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, you can just say ಯಾರು ಕೇಳೋದು, who will go and ask, like that. So this is the 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 extra third usage of ಓದು, right? ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ತರಕಾರಿಗಳು ತರೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ. ತರು is to bring. Bringing vegetables daily is my job. Tarakari is vegetables, is my job. Bringing vegetable, the act of bringing vegetable is tarodu. Okay, so if you notice, there are places where this odu does more than the two meanings that we normally know. One meaning is nadiyodu, ododu, yoga madodu, all those, right? Which is the act of doing something. Second is the person who is, you can also point to the person who is doing the action. Third is in certain sentences, who will go and do it, like that in this case, right? Kelodu, right? Or nanin madodu, what can I do? Helplessness. There also you can use this odu. So that's why this odu is very flexible if you know how to use it. So that was it with the odu suffix. I just hope that you are able to figure out the flexibility of odu. Again, like what I said for atte, just be aware of it, practice it, but don't force it in your sentence, right? If you think it is the right place to use the odu. Same for atte. These things you have to be aware of it and take effort to practice it within a group. But when you're using it in real life, you should know where to use it and it should come naturally rather than forcing it. Okay, so just remember that. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.